What used to be like do it yourself, it's not going to work. It's going to be like do it for you. You're going to have the AI, those user agents do the work for you. You'll give them your credit card and then ask them to shop maybe the cheapest Nike sneakers that you like, and it's all going to happen for you. You're going to have it at your doorstep without even having to even go on a website.
Welcome back to Founders in the Field, the show where we go behind the scenes with agency leaders, consultants, and creative founders to show you how they're building, scaling, and staying sane in the trenches. I'm your host, Stefan Bradley, and today's guest is Abdo Mazloum, founder of Webtmize. How are you doing, Abdo?
Doing great, Stefan. Thank you for having me.
No, and thank you for coming on. Let's dive straight in. For people who don't know your story, take us right back to the start of your journey and what made you start your own business, and give us an overview of what your role looks like today.
I don't know how far back you want me to go, but I can go.
Take us back to the start.
From my childhood, sure.
No, from when you first wanted to start your own business.
Okay, sure. Well, maybe my professional experience, which was when I graduated with a degree in computer science. Back in 2007, I had my first job with an SEO agency for 6 months. It was a short period. Then I worked for another agency, development agency as well, where I was a developer there for about a year. Then another development agency, also doing development, and was starting to touch on SEO back then for a year and a half. And I'd say the turning point was in 2010 when I started working for Essence. It's one of the biggest startups in Montreal, Canada. They sell luxury clothing, shoes, accessories. I think they did $1 billion in sales during the pandemic. Unfortunately, now they're not doing so well. I think they just filed for bankruptcy protection. They're very well known. They did a great job, and that's where I switched from doing full-time development to doing an SEO, being an SEO specialist. And shortly after being a specialist there in SEO, the person that was doing paid, I think, was moving on, and they asked me if I wanted to do it, so I took that on. Started doing paid ads. Then, as things went by, I was there for 4 years. I became a team lead. I had a team of 3 people, and that was my first experience as a leader. Then went on to another company, similar. Also, they sell in the fashion space, Beyond the Rack. Went there for about a year, and went back to an agency right after. I think it was in 2015. When things were not going so well at Beyond the Rack, I believe I was laid off. It was the first time I got laid off. I was like, okay, I'm going to start my company. So I went and incorporated Webtmize. And shortly after I received the job to work for an agency, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not ready yet to take the plunge and be an entrepreneur. Let me take that role at an agency. Also a leadership position. I started as a VP of a division in an affiliate marketing agency. Grew my team to 11 people after 3 years. Also Google partner. We had 20 plus clients on a retainer. Things were going well. And it was about 10 years, the 10-year mark of working professionally. I was like, now is the time for me to focus on my own business. I was like an entrepreneur working for other people, building things, and I felt confident enough after 10 years experience. Now is the time for me to do this on my own, and that's what I did. And I think it was the wisest decision I took. It's been a fun ride. Since now we serve over 50 clients on an ongoing basis. Google Premier partners, Meta partners, HubSpot partners, Shopify partners, Klaviyo partners. It's globally, mainly North America, US, and Canada. I'd say we've served some clients in the Middle East too, in Europe. Mainly e-commerce and SaaS. I'd say 80% e-commerce and about 20% SaaS B2B businesses.
Wow. So it sounds like after your degree, you sort of cut your teeth doing SEO, and it was a natural progression into paid ads. And then after doing that for some time with 4 other people, that's when you decided, after being laid off and then doing more agency work, you decided, I'm going to do this on my own. And by the sounds of it, you've been very successful from doing that.
Yeah, it was 6 different companies before, number 7 was actually Webtmize, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. So What does your role look like in today as the CEO of Webtmize?
You oversee the operations, the business development of the business. The great thing now, I'd say, we're a team of 30 people. We have 3 directors managing 3 departments. We have Guillaume, who's managing the paid media team, Despina, who's managing the SEO team, and we have Vincent, who oversees all the technology, the data science and reporting, the development side of things, the integration with all the platforms. So I'd say 3 main arms of the business. So I oversee that team. We also obviously have HR and admin, a separate arm as well. So I oversee a team of 5. Report directly to me. We don't have anyone doing business development in-house right now. We did try. It didn't work out as we'd like, but right now I'm still the one doing the business development. So all the leads that come in, I vet them and have the conversations with new business. We don't do a lot of outbound. It's mainly inbound. So nurturing our partners, referrals, existing clients. So still in contact with the main clients that we work with. Networking events, conferences, basically doing everything that is like working on the business and not in the business. I try to work less and less on existing clients. I get involved sometimes, like as the fire department, there's a problem, come and turn off this fire. So, but I try to avoid that as much as possible.
No, definitely. And so do you prefer your role now, or do you prefer when you were building it out and you were sort of more in the weeds, or do you prefer taking an overview and, like you say, putting out fires when they need to be and sort of nurturing new business?
Yeah. I'd say now, I've become over the years, like after almost 18 years experience working in digital, it's a lot of time. Like I really like where I am, the goal was to become where I am today, and I'm sure the future will be even more exciting and more interesting too. So it's all this like learning, developing, and growing that is so exciting about being a business owner and someone who manages the business. So I really enjoy what I do. There's obviously some tweaks and improvements that could be done and more people to hire, but we have to do this step by step as the time becomes right.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like when you're wanting to expand and scale, adding extra headcount can obviously cut into margin if you're not doing it in the correct, time, in doing it in the correct time while you scale out outbound operations or revenue basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, what are the biggest trends that you're seeing in the market as of today?
Well, the biggest buzzword, AI, as you know. We were at Brighton SEO and HeroConf in San Diego a couple of weeks ago, Guillaume and I. And yeah, obviously, almost in every track, they presented there's talk about AI, so that's where it's at. I feel like what's nice about this conference as well is like a mix of SEO and paid as well, and I believe it's Brighton, a company from the UK actually that serves that conference, which is great as well. I feel like these 2 fields are gonna get closer to each other, and technology, like using technology and the tools to improve how we do marketing. And it's really interesting because things are moving very fast. You have to stay at the forefront, the latest updates, following what's happening. Things are changing. What used to work last year isn't necessarily working this year, and things are going to continue to move faster and faster. They announced at the conference that ChatGPT will soon have e-commerce integrated, in the platform. They announced it before it became public, and like a week later, when we came back last week, like they said that they're into it. They're doing that. That's what they're building. And what used to be like do it yourself, it's not going to work. It's going to be like do it for you. You're going to have the AI, those user agents. Do the work for you. You'll give them your credit card and then ask them to shop maybe the cheapest Nike sneakers that you like, and it's all gonna happen for you. You're gonna have it at your doorstep without even having to even go on a website. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of shift in the industry, I think, the next 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think AI is going to definitely shake things up. And like you said, then you pointed out that, paid ads and SEO, are sort of merging similarly, but I think it's because they sort of serve each other, don't they? If someone clicks on an ad and then the SEO thing is right, then obviously they go through to the next stage. So they kind of serve each other in that way. So I think AI can definitely help to optimize that part, which will eventually optimize conversions as well.
Yeah, yeah. And just this week, I believe Shopify and OpenAI announced their partnership. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, that's huge,
Yeah. So what you just said then. So the agent, so your ChatGPT agent sort of thing, will do your shopping for you, and that's what the partnership is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Shopify, as their mission is making commerce great for everyone, and OpenAI, the founders of ChatGPT and Sora and other AI platforms, them having this partnership together is just going to shift commerce altogether. So still TBD. I mean, it's an early announcement, but I'm pretty sure in 6 months from now, things are going to change so much. So what I'm talking about now is going to be like outdated. It's exciting today, but it's still like news to all of us. And I can't wait to see how things will evolve and how we have to adapt as agency owners, or marketers in this space to this new reality.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually the second partnership that I've heard in the last sort of week. I was speaking to someone before, and they were talking about TikTok and Amazon coming into a partnership and being able to use Prime with TikTok. So it's amazing, really, how this shift with AI is merging partnerships that we probably wouldn't have seen before.
Yep. Yeah.
So, Abdo, what's working really well at Webtmize, and where do you still feel slight friction?
I'd say we really worked hard on our culture as a company, maintaining a strong company culture, being true to our company values, integrity, trust, and care. We try to embody these core values at everything we do professionally. Try avoid slipping. Everyone slips. We're still humans. So we do slip sometimes, but learn and try not to repeat the same mistake twice. And yeah, really double down on that. And I'd say, you do great work for existing clients. Clients are going to refer you for more business. So that's a no-brainer. It's really important to serve the clients very well and be generous with your clients. So that's what's been working well. What's not working well?
Not even so much that's not working well, but where do you still feel slight friction where you could think you could improve?
I'd say this predictable sales cycle, maybe, having enough clients, as an agency owner or any agency CEO running a business, you're always going to have clients that come in and clients that come out, and how to find that balance, right? Like sometimes you could lose a large client that has a huge impact on your business, right? To really balance things out and make things more predictable and avoiding having these drops or setbacks, like major. You can have some major setbacks, but like how fast you can rebound from that setback that you encounter while running the business. That's where I'd say that maybe some optimize, more like predictive sales cycles, and maybe potentially hiring someone who understands sales very well and has a good track record and can estimate how much more business we'll get the next 3 to 6 months, to plan ahead of time, and adjust headcount and.
Yeah, having a predictable sort of sales cycle and keeping the pipeline full is a lot of agencies that don't do sort of outbound as their core offer. They do not sort of struggle with, but it's the one thing, because I think companies are so focused on delivering great for their existing clients that sometimes they forget, to actually prospect and outbound. And also it does take up a lot of time. Do you know what I mean? A lot of time and a lot of effort, but having a system in place, I feel like, is invaluable to companies to be able to scale up and grow.
You got it. You said it better than I did. So.
So now we're talking about acquisition. Can you just walk me through what your client acquisition process looks like now? I know you said you're not doing outbound. So unpack that a little bit for me.
Sure. Uh, yeah, I mean, usually people find us through our website, through search engines, um, or through ChatGPT actually, or some of those user agents have been referring us, which is great. Like we're doing something right because we've been optimizing for AEO, and we're reporting on that. So a new prospect comes in, they fill up a form, they'll schedule a call with me directly, like a consultation, or even ask questions via email. We'll answer the questions, and if there's a fit, then we'll get on a call, discovery call, and learn more about their business. What are the objectives? What are the challenges? And if we can play a role in filling those gaps, and helping them, and then yeah, if we agree on the terms and conditions that we've discussed, we'll put a contract together, and then we'll onboard relatively quickly. We also have, as I said, referrals, like existing clients that are happy, they'll refer us, they'll reach out to us. Or partners, like we work with a creative agency in New York, and we manage all their performance marketing as well. So they'll onboard the clients themselves and say that, we have this partner in Canada that could serve you on all performance marketing. So we'll integrate the onboarding process, and we'll start working with them as well.
So is it you that you're basically doing the sales call with them, with every prospect that comes through, or do you have people in place? Yeah, no, definitely. Do you feel like if you were, well, I suppose like if you were to do outbound, then I suppose they would need to hire. If you were to, scale up, then you would need, that would probably be the first hire that you'd have to make then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's manageable at the moment because it's inbound. As you know, when it's inbound, the chances are much higher, right? Yeah.
No, definitely warm leads are, often the best to have, obviously, because they're higher rate to conversion also, do you know what I mean? Because they obviously already know that's why they've clicked through and things like that. So can you just walk me through how you deliver, or your client delivery model, like from client brief to campaign handoff, like kind of how does your process go with that?
Yeah, I mean, we go through multiple forms like questionnaires or surveys, right? Like to discover more about the client. They fill it out. We have the kickoff call. I'm present as well to do the handoff to the service team. So one of the directors or two of the directors are present, depending on the types of services that the client signed up for. So on that kickoff call, we go over all the information they've provided us, what we're missing to complete that, the technical integration. And then usually it takes about a month to set things up properly, the reports, the dashboards, the tracking, the tag manager, anything that is missing to put that into place. And then after a month, really, that's where we start servicing the clients. You have weekly calls, bi-weekly, monthly, depending on the size of the client. You have an account manager who's dedicated to that account. And then there's specialists behind the scenes also working on like running the campaigns for that client. It's the account manager that does like all the communication, what the client wants, what's important, what are the objectives, works internally with the director on the strategy, and then the implementation is done in collaboration with the managers and the specialists in-house. And then we have a tech team, doing the necessary for reporting and helping with insights and, analytics, predictions, forecasts when necessary.
Yeah. So if you were going to say on a scale question, to scale that up, you'd have to hire more people to keep the delivery high, would you say? Or could you? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to hire the right people who are strong enough as well. They really understand the business. Train them, get them up to speed, show them our processes, right? You can have very smart people, but they don't know your process, and then things could fall out of place. We gotta show them our method, our methodology, how do we get things done, and then scale things up. Yeah.
And just a quick question about AI. Most companies are dabbling in AI tools sort of here and there, but few are embedding them into their core workflows and using them as a nervous system. Where would you rate your company, more dabbling or fully embedded right now?
I'd say fully embedded. Like we're really dialed in. We know the importance of it. We see the shift, especially in SEO. SEO is shifting from, or Google is shifting, in a way, Google, the main search engine, is shifting from being a search engine to become an answer engine, They have it everywhere. They have it with Gemini, they have it with AI overviews, with all the products that they're releasing as well. So Google is the destination where people go, and they see how things are evolving on OpenAI, and they're adapting as well. I'd say we're like 100% dialed in and bought into doing the necessary to rank in answer engines, or be retrieved, not right. So it's no longer the rankability; it's the retrievability.
No, definitely. It's definitely important to be at the forefront, sort of, and don't get left behind. Definitely. Yeah. So, where do you want to be in the next 12 to 18 months in terms of business?
I'd say continue to grow. 12 months, I'd say continue to grow at least at a rate of 10 to 30%, like organic growth. We're not pushing to grow like by 100% year over year, because that could cause a lot of problems. So we try to grow organically. 10 to 30% is a good percentage of growth, we think. We're talking to partners, more collaborations, working closer with other companies. We have a few partnerships with different companies. We have one in Italy as well that does feed management, and we partnered with them earlier this year. So that increases our revenue as well. So we have other opportunities on the horizon that we're exploring. There's been talks about mergers and acquisitions as well. We're not 100% confirmed that on those things, but we always are open for opportunities and discussions. So exploring these opportunities, and things can shift in many different directions, right? Like you aim to grow 10 to 30%, but the reality is sometimes you could grow faster, or you could slow down and maybe regress, but we're putting things in place to continue the growth.
Definitely. It's quite exciting to hear that. Obviously, you're talking about mergers and things like that. It must have been an exciting time for you.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. We're not there yet, but we've explored some opportunities and learned a lot along the way. And hopefully, we're working towards something exciting as long as the time is right and the conditions are right.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, it has to make sense. Obviously, it's your company, do you know what I mean, and where you're at. Definitely. So if you could wave a magic wand, Abdo, and fix one thing in your business, what would it be and why?
I would say fix the sales process, I'd say.
Yeah.
I talked about it earlier, but like if I can no longer be in sales, because I'm still involved in sales ever since the company started, right? Like I have no sales background, but I organically if I could have someone to replace me to do sales, I'd say like it would be so much easier for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your invaluable insights into your company. Where can people find you? Where can my viewers, find you and reach out to you online?
Webtmize.com, or email us at info@webtmize.com. I'm on LinkedIn, easy. If you search Abdo Mazloum, you'll find me, Montreal, Canada. There's probably a few people with the same name, but I'm probably the only one in Montreal. Connect with me. I'm happy to have a chat with you. So thank you.
No problem. Well, thank you everybody for viewing, watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That's us done, Abdo. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.